In this video, I'm going to explain how you could prevent cancer by 95% with a block fast. What's up, keto campers? My name is Azadi. I'm a certified functional health practitioner, best-selling author of 3 books, and I'm on a mission to educate 1 billion people. If you've been doing some fasting, maybe you're doing some intermittent fasting, and now you're thinking about taking it to the next level and doing a block fast. What is a block fast? Well, I will categorize it as anything more than 3 days. 3 or more days is considered a block fast in my book. There are many reasons why one would consider doing a block fast, and it's very important to understand the structure on how to break it, because how you break a fast is just as important as the fast itself. So this video is going to be your GPS guide for all things block fasting. Here are some general rules for you to follow. And I just mentioned it. How you break your block fast is just as important as the fast itself. You can do a lot of damage, a lot of harm by breaking your block fast the wrong way. There's something called refeeding syndrome. There's gas and bloating and gut distress that could happen. And there's a lot of benefits that you're getting from breaking the fast with stem cells and autophagy that might get negated when you break it the wrong way. So we want to maximize the amazing benefits we get from a block fast. So a general rule for you is to go low and slow. I'm going to break down day 1 and day 2 of breaking a block fast and give you the exact structure. First of all, why should somebody do a block fast? If you've been following any of Dr. Thomas Seyfried's work, he wrote the book Cancer as a Metabolic Disease. He's a world leader in cancer research, and he said, if you were to complete a 7-day water-only fast once per year, you would reduce your chances of any cancer by 95%. That is a powerful statement, and we want to be proactive here and not reactive. Did you know that 1 out of 3 people in the world get cancer in their lifetime? And that stat is not getting any better. Most women in America have the breast cancer gene. Every single person has cancer cells in them. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's gonna get cancer. It doesn't mean every single woman in America is gonna get breast cancer, but we have control over all of our genes. And fasting, block fasting, is a powerful way to take control. Why? Because when you practice block fasting, your body activates this switch called autophagy. Autophagy. It stands for self-eating. Your body is literally so freaking smart that it's gonna go and eat the damaged cells, damaged protein, damaged mitochondria in your body and use that as fuel when you fast, when you do an exercise, when you eat specific foods. But you get a lot of it during a block fast. And that's where Dr. Thomas Seyfried has actually seen tumors shrink before his eyes during these block fasts. They achieve something called maximum autophagy. So if you're not familiar with autophagy, this is the example I want to give you. The refrigerator you have right now inside of your fridge, it has groceries inside of there, right? What will happen if you let all those groceries, which all have an expiration date, you let them expire? But instead of taking those expired groceries and throwing them into the trash, you don't do that. You actually drive to the supermarket, you buy new groceries, bring them back home, put them in front of the old expired groceries and close that door. That's gonna be a nasty environment. Mold, bacteria, disease, it's going to occur in that refrigerator. You know what? Your body is like that refrigerator. It has cells, it has protein, it has mitochondria, DNA that all have expiration dates. And if you're not taking the time to take out those expired groceries, cancer and disease starts to occur. In fact, the human body requires 70 billion cells every single day that need to be recycled. How do you do it? Autophagy. How do you activate autophagy? Block fasting. That's why I'm a big fan of block fasting. Now, be cautious here because you would have to be a pro at fasting before you do any kind of block fasting. I recommend working with a health practitioner, having some guidance during your block fast, because if you don't know what you're doing, it could hurt you, just like a chainsaw. What's more important, the tool or the person who uses that tool? It's the person who uses that tool, so you want to know how to use it. So please work with a practitioner, know what you're doing. And also another consideration that I just thought of, if you're a woman who has her monthly cycles, do not perform a block fast during the week of your period. That's the time that you don't want to do much fasting, you don't want to do much keto, you actually want to have more high healthy carbs, you want to get the insulin spike to make certain hormonal conversions that helps with your monthly cycles. I have more videos on this. There's a video I did with Dr. Mindy Peltz on my channel. I'll put that down below if you want to learn more about that, ladies. So let's get into how to break a block fast day 1. Well, congratulations, you made it. You got through your block fast. Now, how do you break that fast so you can maximize the autophagy we spoke about and maximize your stem cells? The body produces a stem cell. A new cell is produced anytime an old cell is thrown out. And those stem cells are the key to living a long, healthy life, to anti-aging, to healing old injuries. And you can maximize that production with the way you break your fast. So here are the general rules for you to follow. If you weigh 200 pounds or less, keep your calories on day one of breaking the fast between 500 and 800 calories. If you weigh more than 200 pounds, 800 to 1,000 calories is where you want to hit. You could use MyFitnessPal, Carb Manager, any kind of calorie tracker. This is the only time I would actually recommend tracking your calories and counting your calories, because other than that, it's pretty much useless and a waste of time. But you want to make sure you're hitting that range. It's important not to go above or under. Here is what you do not want to eat when you break your block fast. 100% stay away from these foods here. Meat. You want to stay away from meat right now. You want to stay away from raw veggies. It's going to be really tough on your stomach to digest. And definitely stay away from grains, all grains. Also, to consider here, keep your total protein less than 20 grams. Okay, you don't want to get too much of that mTOR, which activates too much anabolic growth. You want to still get some autophagy production and stem cell production. So if you eat too much protein, it might negate some of that. So keep your protein to 20 grams or less for that day. And here is your list of foods to break your fast with. There are some more that could be included here, but I wanted to give you a couple of, just a template here for you to follow. Keto shakes, berries, olives and olive oil, avocados and avocado oil, cooked eggs, okay? Cooked eggs are fine, but keep in mind, one egg is about 7 grams of protein, so don't overdo it because you're staying less than 20 grams. Coconut oil, cooked sweet potatoes, small amounts of fermented veggies. Now, small amounts should be underlined there, because if you eat too much fermented veggies after you break your block fast, what's gonna happen? You might bloat. I've seen that before. So not too much fermented veggies, but it's great to reintroduce some of it because you get some of those good bacteria. Because during that fast, during the block fast, your body's starving down all bacteria. A lot of the bad guys are gone. So let's repopulate with some of the healthy guys, because we want a healthy balance of good bacteria versus bad bacteria. Butter, grass-fed butter and grass-fed ghee, it's great. And grass-fed yogurt or kefir, small amounts of this as well. Make sure it's grass-fed. So this is your guideline for day one, okay? Once we finish day one, let's move on to day two here. Oh, and a last note here, you could also add back in your supplements. If you take supplements, you could add it back in during day one. Okay, day two of breaking the fast. Congratulations again, we're getting through this. If you weigh 200 pounds or less, eat 800 to 1,000 calories. If you weigh 200 pounds or more, 1,000 to 1,200 calories. So make sure you track that. You still want to eat less than 20 grams of protein for this day. You still want to maximize autophagy and stem cells, so that's why you're doing that. Day two, you could have everything on day one on that list, plus the following foods. You can now eat some raw nuts and seeds. Okay, I like macadamia nuts, I like pili nuts, I like walnuts and pecans. I actually have a video on my channel here, the Keto Camp YouTube channel, which is called 5 Keto Nuts You Can Eat All the Time. And I give my top 5 nuts, and I also give the worst ones on the keto diet. So I'll put a link for that down below in the description. Also, if you're getting value from this video so far, please make sure you just take a second to hit the like button on this video. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when I release a brand new video. I'm releasing now 5 to 7 brand new videos on this channel every single week. Raw cheese, you could throw that into the mix. You could still have eggs, but again, keep in mind, one egg is 7 grams of protein, and you don't want to go over 20 grams, so don't overdo it with that. And then you could have your coffee on day two. Hallelujah. You could throw in some healthy fats if you want. That's optional. So that's how you break the fast, the block fast. On day three, you just go back to normal eating. And I would also recommend during day one and day two of breaking the fast, you're doing more of an intermittent fast. So you're fasting about 16 to 18 hours, and you're eating these calories that I mentioned on day one and day two within a 4 to 6 hour eating window. That'll be a great way. And then on day three, you're ready to go, and you're gonna feel so great. I've done 2 block fasts, 2 5-day fasts. I documented one of them on my channel down below. You can watch that video. I'll put the link for that as well down below. And when I was done with that fast, I felt amazing. A lot of my autoimmune symptoms started to go away. I started to turn off those bad genes and turn on good genes. It does amazing things for the body. Again, I recommend you do it with supervision and you have somebody who knows what they're doing. If you want me to coach you on this, send me an email, ben@ketocamp.com, and we could talk about how I could guide you throughout this process. The YouTube comment of the day comes from Mary Newman. Mary says, love your channel, very informative. I'm a 76-year-old female and I'm doing keto. I've lost 25 pounds so far. Your information is clear and easy to understand. A big thank you, Mary. Mary, a big thank you to you as well. Thanks so much for subscribing to my channel and commenting. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you have any comments, put it down below. I make sure I read and respond to every single comment. And I want to thank you for watching and spending part of your day with me. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so and hit the bell. Also, the Keto Camp podcast has now officially been listed as a top 20 podcast in the US within 30 days. So if you're not subscribed to the Keto Camp podcast, go to www.ketocamppodcast.com. And lastly, if you haven't gotten my Keto Kickstart Guide, it's a 12-page ebook designed to teach you to burn fat instead of sugar. Go to www.ketokkickstartguide.com, and I'll see you on the next video.